We said, are you ready?
No, not really.
This should be played at high volume, preferably in a residential area.
What going on? What it do? Happy New Year, everybody. Unfortunately, I can't do the video I planned for the new year. Why? Well, a lot of stuff is happening. Work, school, other YouTube commitments and shit like that. But what I will do is appetize y'all with the first off-script video of 2025. And I really don't want to do this video. I really don't want to do this video simply because the topic of this video really gonna hurt me. Now, if you know this channel, then you already know the second largest video, or third at this point, I think, because another video surpassed it recently. But for the longest time, it is with my great displeasure that I have to make this video on Triple H. Triple H. No, I mean Triple H. I don't give a shit what his real name is. In WWE, he's called Triple H. Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Anyways, today we can talk about Triple H. Great wrestler, bad booker. Right? And since we walking with the script, let me just get straight into it. So, Triple H has been at the helm of WWE's booking for like, I don't know, about a year and a half at this point. Ever since Vince got outed, I think he's been at the helm, or a little bit before that. Anyways, so our measuring stick for Triple H's booking really and truly starts January of last year. Let's say his full year started January of last year. So from then to now, we can be measuring. And how we could be looking at it, we can look at the championship scenes, because those should be, they should be the most important stories that revolve around WWE. As we can see later on, that's not really the case these days. But nevertheless, let me get into it, starting with, of course, the WWE Championship. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. I remember last year vividly when Cody Rhodes Mania was at peak. Everywhere you went on the internet, YouTube, the comment section of IG and Facebook, Twitter, everything was Cody Rhodes, bro. And I don't know if it's just Cody Rhodes, or if it's WWE, or if it's both of them, but oh my god, this nigga's title run has been atrocious. I don't care anybody whoever wants to disagree with me, you can disagree with me. But let me just paint the picture here for y'all. WrestleMania 40, Cody Rhodes loses the first night in the tag team match with Seth Rollins. You know, we already know he's gonna win the next night, obviously. Goes in, has a very clustered but a very enjoyable match in my opinion. It's not the greatest WrestleMania main event of all time like some people think. If you think so, just joking. He's a wrestling fan. But if you think so, you're foolish, bro. Anyways, wins the WWE Championship. Vanquishes Roman Reigns from WWE for a good while. And he actually also sets in motion another feud, another storyline I'm going to talk about later on. Anyways, who was the first person he feuds with? Let me just check here for a minute to see. Oh, AJ Styles. Alright, I'll give y'all though. He faced off against AJ Styles 2 back-to-back pay-per-views, and he moves on to Logan Paul. Okay, alright, whatever. A little filler feud. He faced off against Logan Paul. Who does he face next? Oh, AJ Styles once again. Alright, sure. Whatever. What does Cody Rhodes proceed to do after that? Well, he gets embroiled and entangled into the mess of the Bloodline 2.0 storyline. And if you don't know, that was the storyline where they were fighting for the honor of the tribal chief, where the Ulafa, I'm not going to pronounce it wrong, so you know what I'm talking about. The regal necklace that Roman Reigns used to wear around, the beaded necklace that Roman Reigns used to wear around. I can't remember the name off the top of my head at the moment, so I'm not going to try to mispronounce it. Anyways, that was the main prize in the storyline, and Cody Rhodes was a background figure throughout the storyline. Not just then, but for the remainder of the months going all the way down to December. Actually, all the way down to November, right? Now in November, he and Kevin Owens, they end up having a feud, and I've already discussed at length how much I despise Kevin Owens as a main eventer. This man is not believable as a main eventer. If you think he's believable as a main eventer, I don't know, good for you, bro, but he is not. Cody and KO would have a very intense little rivalry going on up until December last, when, as you saw earlier, KO laid his ass out and now he's currently injured. January 2025, the WWE champion is injured, and he hasn't relinquished his championship even though it's been about what? I think it's almost 30 days since he got injured, but nevertheless, he's currently on the shelf, recovering. He can't wrestle at the moment. He's out of commission, right? So, let me backtrack. WrestleMania was April 6th last year. Today is January 7th of 2025. That means for 9 months, Cody Rhodes has defended his championship against one man 3 times. He's had a feud with an ineffective non-star in a main event role. He's had a feud with a YouTuber. He's been like the 3rd or 4th or 5th player in a Bloodline storyline, and he's supposed to be the face of WWE. Moving on to Gunther. Now, where do I even start with Gunther? So last year at WrestleMania, he was the Intercontinental Champion before ultimately losing to Sami Zayn. That's already a big misstep in itself, but we can excuse it. So he goes on to win King of the Ring, which is a great look for him, and then he beats Damian Priest, which is also another great look. But, you know, it was a mercy kill because Damian Priest's championship reign, it wasn't really going anywhere. Nevertheless, Gunther finally got the big one. Yay. What we could do with it? Apparently not one damn thing, because the only people he's been feuding with, like having major feuds with, are Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, and currently, who the hell is he even? Hold on, just give me a second. Let me just search through here. So he's currently in a feud with nobody, and the most recent championship defense he had was against Damian Priest, which, by the way, is just a little branching segment in a storyline between Damian Priest and Finn Balor. Just think about that. He is a branching aspect of the Judgment Day continuous inner fighting. So now, the 2 world champions, right, have been supplemental players in 2 ongoing faction implosion storylines. This is what we do in WWE. This is really what we're doing. And speaking of the Judgment Day, we go on to the Women's Championship. And this is one of the funniest shits ever, but I don't understand how y'all would drop the ball on this. So, Liv Morgan comes back, steals away everything from Rhea Ripley, successfully has her revenge on her. And what does WWE do for Liv Morgan? Do they elevate her as the world heavyweight champion, the world champion for females? No, they do not. They instead turn Liv, and by proxy Dominic Mysterio, into 2 of the biggest chicken shit heels I ever seen in my life. Liv Morgan is supposed to be the women's world champion, and I know, she's a small woman, but come on, dad, come on. You could have at least done something with her that was worthwhile. Instead, they just turned Liv Morgan into a wrestler version of Vicky Guerrero for about a couple of months, after she and Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio had one of the best storyline angles, whatever you want to call it, little segments of 2024. Honestly, that was one of my favorite parts of 2024, watching WWE. And y'all just dropped the ball, so it was a disappointment and a chore having to sit through some of these segments, bro. For one, Rhea Ripley constantly kept getting injured, right? And every time she came back, it was the same shit. Oh, Rhea Ripley's back, Mommy's back, she attacks Liv Morgan, attacks Dominic. The same shit over and over. Oh, I will have my revenge. Bro, you've been having your revenge about 5-6 times, dog. When is it you can actually do something and take the belt off of shit? Lo and behold, last night on Monday Night Raw on Netflix, she finally took the belt off of her. Is that a good or a bad thing? It remains to be seen. But it's always good on a special episode of Raw to have some memorable moment. And a championship victory is always a great moment. I have no idea what they're going to do with Rhea Ripley, because I think they run Rhea Ripley's character into the ground. Not saying that she still doesn't have star power, because she definitely does, but the Rhea Ripley momentum train crashed late last year. And if we could talk about the women, we gotta talk about the next belt that on SmackDown. And the fact that if I didn't check Wikipedia tonight, I would have never known that Tiffany Stratton cashing her money in the back. I kid you not. I have been looking through social media all last week. I have seen no mention of Tiffany Stratton winning the women's championship. I kid you not. Call me out to the loop, whatever, dinosaur, whatever you want to call me. I ain't see shit though. That just goes to show how less appreciated that belt has been since Io Sky, I think was her name, won it. No joke. Io Sky was one of the most forgettable women's champions in the past 10 years. I can't recall a single thing she did besides lose to Bayley. And then Bayley was even more forgettable. She lost to Nia Jax. And I don't know, Nia Jax was doing some shit with it until she lost to Tiffany Stratton. So we can just move past though and go on to like Intercontinental and US Championship.
Well, we're waiting.
Mm-hmm. Oh, y'all actually waiting for I say something about them two mid-card belts? No, nah, me actually got no thoughts on though. I don't have thoughts on that. I don't have thoughts on them tag team belts. I don't even know who the tag team champions are. And quite frankly, I don't care. I've already made my point, right? So, going back to what I was saying originally about what the best storyline so far from late last year into this year is, and that's got to be the Bloodline faction warfare. Unfortunately, that storyline has taken a turn for the worst come Survivor Series into this new year, and it's looking like it's finally over after last night. I doubt that shit though. They're gonna drag this storyline into the mud. And this is one of the things that I hate about the new booking style. The new booking style seems to aim to put long-term booking in everybody's docket. And long-term booking only works when everything that you put out is constantly golden. And what I mean by that is that everything that you do has to make perfect sense in bits and collectively. You can't just want to do everything. I got one set of plateaus here, a set of subplots that are bullshit, and want to create this narrative that is a beautifully woven web. You understand? You can't want shy shit together and make chocolate milkshake or chocolate ice cream. It's never gonna work. It's just gonna be shit on top of a cone or shit inside of a cup. So I don't know if y'all realize this, but the average attention span nowadays is like half a TikTok. Yeah, half a TikTok is about 6 seconds long. That's not anything to write home about. So if you want to engage people with long-term story booking, you gotta make that shit appeasing at every single turn. Because people nowadays just go to the movies and they can't even sit through 5 minutes of a 2-hour movie. Imagine though, people can't even sit down 5 minutes and sit and stay still to watch a movie. Every minute, like, oh my gosh, this movie's boring. Where's the action? I understand, bro. So it's either you learn to adjust the door, and every minute you keep action, or you start learning to do different things, which is interconnect your storylines in a way where you can have, let me say, a big, huge blow-off feud here, and then it trickles into the next feud, which is a nice little palate cleanser, a rest hole, if you will, right? You got to do things like that. It has to be engaging on all fronts, even if it's to ease people into the next rivalry or build up the next great feud or the next great match. And another thing, speaking of great matches, we love a great wrestling match, dog. But if I gotta sit through every single show to watch people try to appease Dave Meltzer, try to suck off Dave Meltzer, I am going to get angry. Because not every time you watch a wrestling show, you gotta see people them attempt to best Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart, brother. Not everybody could go the distance. Some people them only worth watching for 10 minutes until the bun, or 10 minutes to get tired and bored. Stop. Sequence your shows properly. Not everything's supposed to be a 10-star match. Some matches are 5-star matches, and they even have to do half of the moves that some 5-star matches do in 2 minutes. Please.
Cut the shit.
But the saddest part about all of this is seeing how the IWC is now turning on Triple H. Now that they realize after about a whole year of witnessing a bunch of nonsense and apologizing on his behalf, just how wretched the booking is right now in WWE. Oh my gosh, it's bittersweet seeing it happen, but it had to happen, bro. It was coming, right? Triple H is one of the all-time greats in my eyes. He's my personal favorite wrestler of all time. But Triple H as a booker is probably one of the worst things I've ever witnessed. Dog. Is akin to Vince McMahon in 2019. It's akin to TNA in 2014. Like, I don't know what to say, but you know, he's still new to it, and I hope he could turn it around. But he needs more creative. He needs more creative heads in his ear, right? Right now, he's looking like Vince Russo in the year 2000 in WCW when he had no filter. Triple H needs a filter. Please hire somebody else to consult you, G. So, anyways, that's all I gotta say. I've been ranting for a little too long. I'm very sorry we had to start the new year off on a negative note. Don't worry, a new video coming soon. And P.S. that shit is about to be even more negative. So until then, y'all take care of yourself. And in the words of Vibes Cartel, I'm out!